this is 3 keys to success for sound bath facilitators. So I want to give you a little story about my background, so that way maybe you can relate to some things, maybe you can see how I got to this place that I'm in now, and I just want to introduce you to the journey that I've been on over the last 10 years or so. So 10 years ago, I was working a job, I was miserable, I was working in this oil mine, and I was really not happy with my situation. I was driving these trucks in an environment where I just didn't fit in at all. I didn't fit in with the people. This was not my passion. I was strictly doing it for the money. And I had nothing in common with the people I was working with. And I felt like I was suppressing my true essence every day. And I was working these 12-hour shifts, and I was doing all of this for just a paycheck. And I had no passion at all for what I was doing in this job. And I was also going through a pretty heartbreaking situation. I'd left a pretty serious relationship, and all of this led me to feel like quite derailed. And this dissonance inside myself was leading me to escaping through alcohol and other types of fleeting pleasures on my days off, and I was just in a lot of pain in my life at that time, and I knew things had to change or all this was going to take me under. And so I started seeking out ways to get better and find my way out of this hole that I was in my life. And I started on my healing journey. I went on this journey of just seeking wellness through yoga. And I realized that yoga could give me some relief, and it created this mental and emotional balance in me. So the spark through the yoga practice gave me some insight into that it was possible to shift my inner world emotionally through holistic wellness practices, which led me to seek more ways to develop an inner sanctuary within myself. And so I committed to the path of personal development and spirituality, and I started enrolling in things like a shamanic apprenticeship. I joined a men's work organization. I worked with plant medicines and ceremonies, and I got smarter about exercise and diet. And I attended wellness seminars and trainings consistently. And over time, I started to uncover a deeper understanding of who I am and what my gifts are, what my values are, and what I'm meant to be doing in this life. And through this journey of seeking sound healing along the way, seeking just healing in general, along the way, I discovered the power of sound healing. And sound healing was something that I was immediately drawn to, not only because it impacted me tremendously when I received it for the first time, but it also intrigued me to learn more because I have a musical background, and because sound healing has musical elements to it, I found it very intriguing that sound and vibration could have a positive impact on your health and your wellness. And this led me to an almost obsessive interest in the therapeutic benefits of sound and vibration. And I was compelled to follow this interest, and I began exploring sound healing in more depth. And I started out small, and I bought some crystal singing bowls, and I bought a gong, and I read books on the topic of sound healing. I attended workshops and trainings, and I continued to collect sound healing tools and instruments until I had enough knowledge and skill to start putting together sound bath sessions for people. And eventually I started doing one-on-one sessions for family and friends and acquaintances, anybody that wanted to come and receive these in-home sound healing sessions. It was just for free, and all I was asking in return was for their feedback, because I was trying to figure out what made a sound bath effective and impactful. So this was sort of like my research and development phase. This is like my tinkering phase. I was just like in the basement of my house, tinkering away, figuring out what was working, what wasn't working, getting live feedback from people. And all of this led me to become more and more masterful as a sound healing facilitator. And so over many months of doing this, I felt somewhat ready. I didn't feel fully ready, but I went out there anyways. I believe in starting before you're fully ready, because I think that you learn so much from just taking the action. And so I went out there and I launched my first public sound bath event at a venue that was owned by a friend of mine. This was a yoga studio. And this is actually the yoga studio in the picture where my yoga journey began. So it was kind of like a full circle moment. So I came back and I said, hey, can I host a sound bath event at this beautiful studio of yours? And they said, sure. And so this was the birthing of Sound Quest. This is my sound healing business now that has helped thousands of people heal through the power of sound. And Sound Quest has been my passion now for many years. And it's helped a lot of people, and it allows me to live a financially abundant lifestyle because of the systems that I've created to make this into what I do for a living full time. And this is what I teach now in SoundQuest Academy. And I teach the systems and the models for sound healers to follow so that they can create a lifestyle business with sound healing that can generate a 6-figure per year income. And my passion is teaching sound healers and aspiring sound healers around the world how to leave unfulfilling work, just like I did, and go all in on their passion for sound healing. And I just have to say that this has been an incredible journey and the most enriching work that I've ever done. This is the first thing that I've done for work in my life where people are literally lining up to thank me afterwards. And that feeling to me is just priceless, knowing that I'm getting paid good money to do something that I enjoy, I'm good at it, and it genuinely helps a lot of people. And I get to live a pretty awesome lifestyle outside of sound healing as a result. And I get to design my own calendar and my own schedule, and it's a really great lifestyle. So today I'm excited to share with you 3 keys to success that I've figured out that will help you understand the necessary steps to make sound healing a successful and profitable venture. And these are 3 keys to success that I've figured out over the years that you'll need to know if you want to make sound healing what you do for a living, or even as just a secondary income stream. You'll need to create a structure and have systems in order to ensure that your income streams can match your living expenses and lifestyle costs. So you can potentially do this full time and not have to work in a situation that you don't enjoy. And you can be free to do something that you are in control of and you're passionate about, and create an amazing lifestyle and impact-driven business. It is impossible for me to teach you every single detail of what I know about sound healing and the successful models that I've figured out over the years during this masterclass. So if you do want to go deeper into this work with me, I'll be sharing an amazing opportunity with you later on. So the first key to success as a sound bath facilitator is owning your uniqueness so that you can develop your signature style and your branding around your uniqueness. And this is important so that you can stand out and have good positioning in your marketplace. Sound healing is becoming an increasingly popular modality in the wellness industry. So it's important to position yourself as both unique and as an authority in your region. You want to create an identity as a sound healer to become trusted, magnetic, and attractive. And this means that you should fully step into who you are as a sound healer in your true essence. So you have to create a unique style and a brand that helps you stand out. Being a sound healer and creating sound healing experiences and events for people is both an art and a science. So this is about mastering your craft and understanding the fundamentals and the techniques of sound healing and the instruments that you're working with, and also developing yourself like an artist. And to do this, you have to understand what makes you unique and commit to becoming an ongoing student of sound healing and hone your skills so that you can become an amazing sound healer that provides outstanding experiences for people. So owning your uniqueness is about bringing forth your gifts. This is important because if you don't do this, then you're just going to be an average Joe sound healer that's not really having people come back. You're not standing out. You're not building a reputation and a successful business for yourself. So you don't want to be the person who's just buying some singing bowls and a gong or whatever and doesn't really know anything about what you're actually doing. You need to know how to perform a sound bath effectively and also how to create an overall sound bath event experience that's unique to you and so that your clients will love and rave about your events and tell other people. And you can have all the best marketing strategies in place and do all the right things to get people to come to your events and your sessions initially, but this will only take you so far, because if it's not an effective experience that stands out, then people will eventually stop showing up and you won't gain the momentum necessary to have a sustainable business. So you need to know how to play these instruments that you're working with correctly. And you need to know how to arrange your soundscape effectively. And you need to know how to create an environment so that it's conducive to the healing and relaxing results that people are seeking when they sign up for your events. So having a strong foundation of skill and proficiency in performing a sound bath and creating the right environment is highly important. And when you have your skill set dialed in for hosting sound bath events and your sessions achieve the results that people are looking for, and you continue to wow people on a regular basis, then this is what's going to create a positive momentum for you and your business. People will spread the word and tell their friends and family and social sphere about you and your events. And you'll also get a tremendous sense of confidence when people are complimenting you, when you see the results that people are getting from your sessions. You get this sort of euphoric feeling that makes you want to keep going and keep pursuing this. And you'll start to see over time a natural and organic momentum starting to occur. So yeah, as you walk on the way appears. So as you embark on this path as a sound healer, your uniqueness will start to present itself through your persistence and consistency. Repetition is the mother of all skills. So you're going to learn so much from taking the action and understanding that perhaps at first, if you're new to this, you're not going to be a complete master at it. And that repetition and persistence will eventually position you as a go-to authority of sound healing in your region with your own unique signature style. And if you need tutorials on any of these instruments that you might be working with, whether it's crystal singing bowls, gongs, harmonium, Tibetan singing bowls, flute, ocean drum, chimes, you can go to the SoundQuest Academy YouTube channel, and I have a bunch of tutorial videos that could help you there as well. Yeah, so I've been doing large and small events for years now. This has been an amazing journey. And the key is to find a mentor, right? So find someone who's already doing the things that you want to do. And this is just life advice in general. Find someone who's already successful doing what you want to also do and model their behavior and their advice. It's really that simple. And then it's just up to you to practice and be persistent and be repetitious with pursuing mastery. And you just continue to get better from there. So let's talk about the key number 2. The second key to success as a sound bath facilitator is having proven marketing systems. This is highly important for getting your brand and your events in front of the right people so that people recognize you and you consistently fill rooms and sell out your events. So marketing is essentially everything you do in your business to promote yourself and what you do. This is how people find out and learn about you and your events. And it's how your audience gets to know you and how you ultimately sell out your events and create a consistent and abundant income stream. Effective marketing is highly important because if you don't know how to market yourself, it's very difficult to have a successful business. And that's why a lot of people don't think that they can turn their passion for sound healing into a business, because they don't know how to market themselves, which is why it's so important to have a proven system so that your events fill up and sell out consistently and your brand offerings are getting in front of the right audience. And I have a very specific system that I teach in my courses. So marketing becomes easy, systemized, and highly effective. And I just want to talk about this. A really great aspect about sound healing is that it doesn't have to be a one-on-one healing modality where you just work on one person at a time. So with sound and vibration, you can help a multitude of people. You can help many people all at the same time. And this means that your time in for dollars out, if you structure things in the right way, can be significantly higher than that of someone who does one-on-one practices like, say, massage therapy or acupuncture, physiotherapy, that sort of thing. So you can have a room full of people paying you, let's say, $40, $50, $60 or more per person, and do the same amount of time in and effort as a practitioner that can only work on one person at a time. So, for example, a massage therapist will charge about $120, let's say, for a massage. And I personally charge $60 for my sound bath events per person, and usually have an average of about 25 people in any given event at a time, at the same time. And if you do the math on that, I'll make $1,500 in revenue for a typical sound bath experience versus only $120 that a massage therapist would make in about the same amount of time. So I'm just showing you this here, that if you can learn what I've figured out in terms of how to sell out sound bath events on a regular basis, and then multiply those events to whatever number of events you need to match and exceed your living expenses, then you can and you will create a really great lifestyle hosting these sound bath events. And when you have a proven marketing system, you'll be able to set up an ongoing circuit of sound bath events all over your region that will consistently be sold out and bring an incredible stream of abundant income that exceeds your lifestyle costs. And once you have these systems in place, you can then do sound healing full time and walk away from any unfulfilling work or jobs that you're currently having to show up for and step fully into your passion. So yeah, pictured here just some of my average events that I do. This one in the middle here is an event I just did 2 weeks ago, and it was the largest event that I've ever done. It had 520 people lying down in this beautiful, beautiful venue here in British Columbia. And yeah, so this is kind of typically what the rooms I'd work look like. And they're always usually full and sold out. And people love it. People love to just come and lie down and receive these experiences. I like to refer to myself as a Shavasana specialist, because a lot of times people's favorite part of a yoga class is the very end at Shavasana. And ultimately that's what we're doing as sound bath facilitators, is we're just creating a prolonged Shavasana experience. So yeah, I want to talk to you about the third key to success as a sound bath facilitator, which is strategic partnerships and collaborations. So what is a partnership? A partnership is when you have people who you collaborate with, who love your work, they love what you do, and they're on board with supporting you and expanding your business and your brand. And they're going to help you in promoting your events to people in their audience and their community. So if you want to be a sound healer that's booked up and sold out consistently, then you need to have a strong and strategic partnership with multiple different venues where you host your events. And I can talk about why I do multiple different locations in more depth if you want to. You can put that in the chat if you are curious to know why I do that. It's not part of this presentation, but there is a very specific reason. In a nutshell, it's because I like to create scarcity in each community, right? So if I space my events out at different locations, like once a month in each town, each community, then there's enough space for the events to fill up, right? So I strategically partner with these venues, and I space out the schedule where I only do once a month at each location. And I find that schedule fills these events quite nicely because there's a nice 4-week period in between. And whereas if I was doing them like multiple times a week at the same location, attendance would get diluted. And so that's what I teach in my program, and I'll show exactly how to do that in the courses that I have available. And so like having a strategic partnership venue, the metaphor would be like the symbiotic relationship between bees and flowers. Bees collect nectar, which they use to make food, while flowers rely on bees to spread their pollen and reproduce. And in a similar vein, strategic partnerships in sound healing are mutually beneficial because venues gain unique events that attract new patrons to it adds to their revenue as well. And you get to leverage their space and their audience you're marketing your events to their following as well to grow your practice and your reputation. So when it comes to strategic partnership venues, you want to be hosting your events at venues that come with a few key factors. You want to work with venues that come with an existing community and a strong following so that you can leverage their marketing for your events to fill them. That's very important. And you want them to have the physical space and an environment that's conducive to a high quality sound healing experience. And I have a document called the Perfect Venue Checklist that I give all my students. And it really cuts through the pain of finding a perfect venue for your sound bath events, because it has this checklist. And it's really important to do your due diligence, because you don't want to be at a venue that has like a gym next door, or is right by like a really busy street, or has like a neighbor above that's stomping around or something like that, right? So it's really important that this space is high quality and conducive to a sound healing experience, right? And you also want to create a strategic circuit of these events in different locations, like I mentioned, in order to create a level of scarcity in between each event in different communities around your region. So I hope that makes sense. Put in the chat yes if that makes sense for you. Are you guys getting any value out of this? I really hope you are, because I know it seems like a bit of a shorter presentation today, but these 3 points, are things that took me a long time to figure out. So these are the 3 keys to success. Owning your uniqueness, coming up with a signature style and a brand around your sound healing practice so that you can market yourself and you're memorable and you stand out. Having powerful marketing systems that work, that fill events on a regular basis. And then partnering with strategic venues. I like to work with a lot of yoga studios, but it doesn't necessarily have to be yoga studios. I just like yoga studios particularly because they come with an existing community and following. They have the physical space that's necessary for a sound bath to take place. They have yoga mats available usually, bolsters, comfortable blankets and things like that sometimes. And they also yeah, they're just a beautiful synergy because the community that goes to these venues are already aligned with meditation, holistic wellness. They already probably know what a sound bath is. So it's actually really easy to market yourself to the audience in the yoga community. But I've worked with other venues like recreation centers. I've gone to people's homes. Sometimes I partner with people and do events at their house, and I do retreat centers and all kinds of different places. But my main thing has always been yoga studios. Now I want to talk to you about what I call the 4 stages of the sound healer's journey. And I want you to pay attention here to try to identify which stage that you are currently at right now. So the first stage is the dreamer. This is someone who is thinking about becoming a sound healer. They're at their job still. They're watching the clock. They're daydreaming about stepping into sound healing full time, but they haven't bought the instruments they want yet, and they're unsure how to even get started. And their biggest block is that they're stuck in their ways and their patterns. And then there's the dabblers. And these are people who have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Maybe they have a few singing bowls or whatever, and they haven't done anything with it. They love sound healing, but they're not taking it seriously enough to actually pursue it as a vocation because they don't even know how it's even possible. And then there's the doers. And I see a lot of these people out there. They're people who are taking the action. They take some risk. They've bought the instruments. They've invested. They're doing some sound bath events with some success. And yeah, they're still not where they could be though with their full potential. And then there's what I call the 6-figure sound healer. This is stage 4. This is someone who's gone all in on their dream, and this also has the right mentor, the right systems, the right support, and a specific roadmap. So if you don't know where you're going, you're never going to get there, right? So if you want to be at stage 4, where you are living an abundant lifestyle and you love what you do, you love your lifestyle, you've made sound healing your jam, it's like what you are, it's an extension of who you are, then I highly recommend joining SoundQuest Academy. One thing that I wish that I had when I first started out was a mentor, someone who'd gone through all the trial and error ahead of me so that the path was laid out and I could achieve my vision of becoming a successful sound healer in a much faster, expedited time frame. And there's nothing more valuable than having an experienced mentor, someone who's already climbed the mountain and can show you the path so that you don't have to figure it all out by yourself, as well as a community of like-minded people who are also on the same journey, which creates an environment for support and inspiration. And over the years, I've gone through a lot of trial and error. I've made mistakes and corrected them and experienced a lot of bumps in the road to get to the point where I am now, where I've gained mastery over this niche and everything now runs smoothly and consistently. And I'm able to be free of a 9-to-5 job and get to live fully in my passion while designing my lifestyle custom to my desires. And this is why I've created the Sound Healer Business Blueprint. This is so that you can start honoring your practice as a sound healer more as a business, because I fully believe that if you want to help more people, honoring this as a business will get you there. It will serve more people when you look at it through this lens. And you'll create an abundant income doing what you want to be doing. You'll have a positive impact on a lot of people and enjoy a greater quality of life in the process. And I've created this program so that you can master your unique positioning as a sound healer, so that you can stand out, so that you can master a simplified way to market yourself that's proven and has helped me and all my students sell out events consistently. And then I'm going to teach you how to establish amazing partnerships so that you have great communities where you host your sound healing experiences with effortless flow. It'll make your job as a sound healer easy. And I know there's a lot of people right now who are struggling to live into their purpose and their passion. And this is a blueprint for you to do that. So if you're ready to step into sound healing as a full-time business or even a part-time business, this program is for you. And when you join this program, you're going to be investing in proven systems to implement your practice that will enable you to make sound healing your full-time career and live the lifestyle that you want to be living. And yeah, it's like a no-brainer to me. This is a no-brainer because for the investment, it's so worth it. Like if I could show you how to make 6 figures per year for only $1,500, like that is an amazing trade. So I just want to talk to you about some concerns that I've heard so far when people are kind of on the fence about joining me in SoundQuest Academy. The concern is usually around money, but I show sound healers how to make 6 figures per year. That's over $100,000 a year with the sound bath events plus all the other multiple income streams that I teach in the program. So yeah, to me, it's a no-brainer. And honestly, like how long is that going to take for you to figure all that out by yourself? This is just a fast lane for you to jump into. And another thing around time, people say, oh, I don't know if I have the time to take on a course. I have a lot of things going on. But this is a go at your own pace program with live support. So I'm always there beside you in the WhatsApp group and in the Facebook community. And so anytime you have questions or need support with anything, I'm right here walking alongside you. But it is a go at your own pace program, meaning evergreen. So you can go through this at your own pace that fits your schedule and fits your lifestyle. And then there's the concern that you might not get the results. But I have a guarantee that if you follow these proven steps, these lessons that are in the program, and you implement the strategies that I show you, it's a guarantee that you will get the result. So
I don't think that.
First, I want to introduce you to some of my students that have come through this course so far, and just want you to listen to what they have to say.
I don't think there probably is anyone that could have been on the fence more than me.
It started off as coaching, and I was quickly drawn towards like sound healing. And I've been struggling for a while, like a few years.
Since I enrolled and started and immediately was able to see what I was getting out of it.
I was always told to like find a mentor, and it's really hard to find a mentor that will put in the time and effort to teach you. And I know you're successful. I've watched you successfully sell out your sound baths and whatnot, and you're very established.
The connection of the group and you, but the community of people, of being able to ask the questions.
The support from the group chat, like people asking questions, answering questions, then you reaching out as well to like connect one-on-one.
And I liked everything, just the way you offered it and how you were available to all the students.
It's like you go from feeling totally alone and just like this tiny fish in a big, big sea to feeling support and encouragement.
It's been a really great container, and all the people that were in SoundQuest Academy this time around, I think it was meant to be.
I loved the way that you had it like every week, make your logo, write your bio.
It's really laid out step by step and easy.
Like this morning I sent an email for my event tonight and just, gonna send the email, and I know how to do all these things.
I went from being an amateur to looking professional overnight.
And it just simplified my whole process.
Crazy how it's transformed into what it is today, because this was not in my plan at all. So it's just gone in ways that I was not expecting.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen so much success since I started with you. Like tonight's event being sold out is very cool.
I can't believe how fast it kind of came about. It's because I think I was already up and running like just a couple weeks into the academy. Now I've been teaching multiple classes for the last 2 months, and it was the best decision that I made.
I've found that since I've offered services as a sound healer, I'm having people show up that have never shown up before, including family and friends.
You can be your own boss. You can do it the way you want to. You can figure out your own schedule. And I took the last 2 weeks off for spring break with my kids.
After struggling for like 2-3 years, I'm finally in a place where I feel like I am set up for success finally.
After 8 years of my life of sitting here in limbo, wondering where the hell my life is going and what I'm supposed to do with my life, it feels so damn good to finally get to where you know you're supposed to be and doing what you love and what you're meant to do.
It's like a blueprint. It's a blueprint, step by step, easy to follow.
I'm feeling so good, like really, really good about things.
So yeah, there you go. And those are some of my students. They're awesome, and they're out there just crushing it now. And yeah, this program is ready, and it's for you to enroll in and dive in today. And I'd love to invite you to join this life transforming course. So if you're ready to join, you can scan the QR code on the left. Just pick up your phone, and it'll take you to the landing page for the Sound Healer Blueprint course. And if you are still on the fence, you can scan the QR code on the right side, and you can book a discovery call with me directly, and we can just have a conversation in more depth about where you're at and how this can support you in your journey. So yeah, I encourage you to either sign up tonight. Right now it's 40% off its original price. And it's worth the investment. I'm telling you, like this, if this is what you want to do, this is your ticket to a fast lane to get you to where you want to be. It's jam-packed with incredible value. You're not going to find this in any other program. There's no other program. There's tons of, certification programs like how to play singing bowls or whatever, but there's no one really teaching this amount of depth about how to actually turn this into a successful business, a successful venture. And so that's what I'm passionate about, because I really believe that if you honor this as a business, you're going to be more successful. You're going to help more people. Everybody wins, right? So this is like, these are models that you can copy and paste into your own practice. So yeah, to book a one-on-one discovery call with me, you can take your phone out, scan the QR code on the right, and we can link up for a one-on-one call, and we can go into more depth. Or you can just sign up right away, and I'll see you inside SoundQuest Academy, and you'll have access immediately to the WhatsApp group and the Facebook group, and you'll be able to communicate with me directly at all times, along with a whole multitude of people from around the world who are on this journey of sound healing. And everyone's so supportive of each other. It's amazing. So I'm really grateful for your presence with me here tonight on this masterclass, or today if you're over there in Australia or Europe. And yeah, I'm so excited for you to join this transformative journey in the Sound Healer Blueprint course.